What's up, everybody? This is Fresk, and this is
EJ, and this is the spectrum of thought. Hey, welcome to episode 3 of Spectrum of Thought. I'm EJ.
and I'm Fresk. Today, we're going to talk about film. I don't know which side he's on, but today we're going to talk about film, how we grew up with it, what movies we like, how we did short films, and things like that. When I say film, EJ, what do you think of?
When you say film, right away, what I think of is it's not really necessarily one of my first memories of film, but it's one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. This was the first Bad Boys, which starred Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. And that movie just interested me so much. I was a big fan of Martin and Will Smith. But the one scene that stuck out to me was the scene where Will Smith is standing in the middle of the street. His shirt's just open. The camera's panning around him. The lighting's all crazy. And he's just looking like a badass. I was like, I want to do that shit. Like, that looks fun. I totally want to be Will Smith. And the funny thing about that is when I had got my camera, I think it was you and I that made a little skit, a little short film. And I had like a VHS tape, and I got like the intro to the first part. You remember the intro? It would go dun dun dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun. So I got that. It said Columbia Pictures. I know we're not supposed to do that. I didn't distribute it or anything. So calm down, everybody. But I got that, and then I immediately after that, I kind of like cut it and I added our little short film to that. It was cool. It made me feel like I was a bad boy.
Which
Will
short film
Smith.
was that?
What's that? I cannot
Which?
remember.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to think. This was like when we first did one of our first ones. So
Because it's kind of funny that one of the first memories I have of us doing short films is doing something from Bad Boys, but it was me, you, and Emilio.
yeah, and
And that was the
Emilio's our cousin also.
Yeah, Emilio's our cousin.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys. I expect you to know that. But
yeah. I just guessed.
I remember doing that, but I was the cop. I was the you were Will Smith, Emilio was Martin Lawrence,
Yeah,
and I was the cop. And I remember having to you guys were like, just say this bad word. And I had to say the F word, and I was terrified
yeah.
because I didn't cuss that much back then. Now I'm like a drunken sailor, but I remember the camera was like over here, and I said, "You guys got to get your fuck." And I look at the camera right away, like if my mom's watching, I was like, "Oh my god, I just said that. She's gonna see this." But yeah, I remember that. That makes sense that it's your favorite. Or
Yeah,
favorite, for sure.
I remember it was kind of scary cussing for the first time on film too. I don't know why, but it was, even though I did it all the time. But it was exciting. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it again. I was like, "Ooh, check this out! Check this out. It's pretty cool." But so what was what made you want to like start making little short films or skits or stuff like that?
What's funny, I think of my brother. He and his friends always made these short films, but they had the VHS. My parents used to have this like big Canon, not a Canon, a bazooka type VHS
Oh,
recorder.
they had a
Like,
bazooka recorder.
yeah, it was like the VHS tapes that you had to stick in there, and
Oh my gosh, dude, the
you had
VHS
to
tapes were
actually
like
like.
that big, right? That's probably not up to scale because the my camera can't like get that much width, right? So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
they were huge, but he would always make short films with his friends, and sometimes we'd be a part of them, or my other brother Matthew would be a part of them, and I just always found it to be fun, and always done it. And then you and I started making some stuff, and those are always fun because you're like this witty guy, and it's just freaking hilarious, just like this Will Smith story you just told. But uh,
yeah.
I
I
think
think
about that.
I think we always had pretty cool energy, like working together. I remember you and I would like I know we weren't professional or anything, but it was something we were passionate about and we really enjoyed. I think it kept us out of a lot of trouble, which is like really nice because we could have been doing far worse things, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, but I I just remember we wouldn't even have an idea sometimes. It would just be like, let's just flow. Let's just go with something. And sometimes it would work. It was actually pretty good sometimes, most of the time, because of our energy, we wouldn't rehearse and we would come up with I remember we'd come up with really cool ideas and stuff. And
Like Bruce
I like that.
Natural Mineral Springs, hot springs water, hot water. That
Yeah,
was
which we were making fun of an infomercial. that we saw in the middle of the night, right? And it was about something about water changing somebody's life. That's
Yeah,
basically what it was.
it was like
Somebody,
holy water,
yeah,
and they would get like money for drinking holy water.
yeah,
And the accents he used to make were always make me laugh, dude. I couldn't like actually finish a whole scene without laughing because your accents are just freaking hilarious. I remember, dudes, natural, organic, mineral, hot springs, organic, hot water. It was like Asian and some other accent mixed together, but it was fucking amazing. I loved it.
yeah. I can't even pinpoint what I was trying to do.
You know
It
what my
just kind
favorite
of
part
was what it was.
of that Deuce natural hot springs mineral hot water
Yeah,
short film was?
yeah.
Is like we got your mom and dad and Faith to be the audience, and they're like jog in,
And they were,
jog
yeah,
in.
yeah, they were cheering. That was actually pretty cool, right? And we added like an audience clapping in the background too. And
Yeah,
then on the actual screen, we actually edited how many units were being sold. And it was actually going down. It went up to a really high number. And then it started going down as we started describing the product more and what it consisted of, the ingredients. So
yeah, I
it,
remember
it went down to almost zero. So it was just little things like that that was funny. We also made like a label for the water that
that's
said
right.
Deuce on it, and it was neat. It took a lot of work, and it was fun. I think that was a really interesting. That was a fun one, dude. I
Heck yeah,
remember that.
man. Yeah, that was a really fun time. And then we had Deuce in a can.
We also had Deuce in a can. And
Deuce in a
do you
can.
want to explain what that was really
It
quickly?
was just a can. What was Deuce? Was it tuna or something?
It was tuna in a can.
Okay,
That's
but it
what it
was
was.
Deuce
Yes,
made it, I think, right?
yeah, yes. Deuce was the brand. Yes,
And it was tuna in a can, and it was a regular can couldn't fit in your wallet, so Deuce
which was like that
and
big. Which was like
Deuce
that big.
tuna in a can kind of fit in your wallet. It doesn't fit in your pocket afterwards, but it fits in your wallet.
Yeah, yeah, and it was just basically the smaller can, and you kind of fit it in and folded your wallet over, and you're like, oh yeah, this
That
is
was
it.
fun, man.
This is the one. That was pretty cool, man. It was really interesting. What else do you remember?
Between you and I made the
Yeah,
videos that we made.
anything you remember? Like what still stands out to you, and what do you miss about it?
I still make my little films on Facebook. It'll be just me by myself with three other me, myself, and I, if you will.
Yeah,
Just with the camera panning, and I'll be reading a book, playing a game, or whatever. That'll
that
be three
that
of me.
that's a lot of fresk in a scene. How
It
do
is.
you how do you manage all those personalities
I don't
so
know. I have
well?
no idea. I have to deal with all of them now that I'm in quarantine, so it's
Yeah,
been pretty rough, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah.
Uh,
You
no, some
running?
other things that I remember is I think we had one called Pandora Tomorrow. Did we have one called Pandora Tomorrow?
Uh, I
And I was
think
on
it
your
was called Protect Tomorrow,
Protect
but that's
Tomorrow.
what I remember. Unless you made a Pandora movie without me, which
No,
thanks, thanks, because
no, it was
I
Protect
didn't hear
Tomorrow.
anything about this budgeted movie. This is probably the biggest budgeted movie you ever had, and I wasn't involved. Thank you very much, Frescus.
Protect
Fresk.
Tomorrow was that one was actually pretty cool because Consa helped us out with that a little bit, and
Yeah.
I was breaking into your garage. Is that right?
You were breaking into my garage, and that was our longest short film that we ever made, and it was over 20 minutes long, from what I remember. I don't
Oh
know if you
wow,
remember that, but it was like 20 minutes long, and it took so long to edit. Oh my gosh, because I remember we had over like an hour of footage, and that's
yo,
a lot
oh
for
yeah,
me, and I don't know about
yeah.
you, but
Even the computers back then I'm surprised they could handle that.
yeah,
But
and limited
you know what?
resources.
Absolutely, a camera and an old computer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Yes,
Short film I liked of ours
yes,
a lot was
it was with us, right?
it was with us
Yeah.
and Justin.
Okay, I remember this one.
Uh, I think it was called Pandemic.
Hey,
P P-E-N demic.
that kind of relates to this kind of in a way,
That's
right?
crazy.
It's kind
That's
of
kind of funny.
interesting. That
So
was a really cool one.
I was a character and I was writing down something and I go to my car and I leave my pen on top of the car and Justin sees me about to back up and my pen starts to roll off and he's like,
Slowly, yeah.
no. And he says, I need backup. I have a 493, and you're like, this be Smokey,
Yeah, and
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 you guys
he
go give mouth to mouth to the pen and strap it up, and the helicopter takes it away, and I come back and I'm like, have you guys seen my pen? That one was funny, dude.
you came back and you were just like, who are these guys first of all, and why are they getting all serious? So if I could add a little bit to that, because I remember, because I've watched this recently, which is funny. So you had left, Justin called me, and I was a paramedic also. So I came in, I brought my little first aid kit, pulled it open, and he's all, okay, we need 500 cc's of whatever. So we're trying to pump up the pen, trying to revive the pen, and he's like, okay. And then he's all of a sudden, which is really weird, it was funny, we didn't even practice this, he's all, give me your gum. And I'm all, okay. So I gave him like the gum actually out of my mouth, and he grabbed it and like put it on the pen. And I was like, oh my God. This is like, it was like the weirdest thing, dude. And I was like, okay. And then he's all, give me the pen, give me the pad, give me the pad to write down with the pen, because we revived the pen. And I'm way ahead of you. So I
Yeah.
hand him that. And then he's like, oh, it's not working. Here's the, oh, ink's coming out. Yes, yes. So then after that, we have like this helicopter flying in. We have like wind blowing, and it's
Holding a little frozen pizza,
it was a pizza. What was it? Like the case that came in like a little
like a
mini
pizza,
pizza
a little pizza tray. Yeah.
pizza tray. So and then it had a little rope hanging down, coming down all,
And we had helicopter sound effects.
and it came down, landed all cool like a helicopter. We strapped it in with tape, and then it just flew away. And then after that, we had the do not cross tape, the caution tape.
That's
So
right.
when you drove in, you saw that, you were like, who are you guys? Oh, never mind. I got another pen. And we were just like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, we just
Yeah, you
saved your
guys came
pen.
up to me and you're like, "We saved him. It's okay. We saved him." And I was like, "Oh, I got one. I'm good."
Yeah,
And I leave.
yeah,
I
you
drive.
seemed super confused. It was funny. And then you left, and Justin and I walk off, and we're like, yes, we're gonna pass our medical exam or whatever exam. And we just walk off basically into the sunset hugging, and then we jump, and then it cuts right there.
Freeze frame.
But you know what sucks to me? We never really finished editing that. I don't have like the fully edited version. We didn't add like an intro, credits, or we didn't add any. We had a few sound effects. It still needed more, but there it felt like it never got finished, and that like disappointed me. I'm just like, oh man. But
Yeah.
maybe I could do that now.
Yeah. I think I still have all the original footage actually.
Yeah, I have some stuff, hopefully. But that
You know
was a
what?
really cool one, man.
One I remember I used to work at I think I was working at Walmart overnight,
Uh huh.
and I went to your house for my lunch break. This is hilarious. I wish we had better cameras back then.
Uh huh.
It was the time when the
You didn't
tsunami.
have the cannon, like the bazooka.
Well, like no,
You
I
didn't
didn't
bring a
have the
bazooka with
bazooka.
you, or what?
No, I didn't. I didn't carry it around. It was kind of a beast.
It's kind
But
of an inconvenience for everybody else. They're like, this is like two people. Like, why do you?
shit, Daniel's here. He's gonna ask for help.
Oh man, like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
carry that. I carried that last week. So what was your story?
I went to your house for lunch, and it was like midnight, dude, because I was working night shifts. And
Midnight lunch?
remember,
That sounds pretty
remember
hardcore, buddy.
the tsunami hit
Okay,
in
which
Japan?
I
Oh,
don't.
dude, this was years ago.
Yeah,
And we started making. We didn't make fun of the tsunami, but we were like,
no, definitely not.
we did a little spoof of an infomercial for Visine,
Oh, I remember this.
and we had "In the Arms of an Angel" playing in the background. We're
And
like,
it was sweet, right?
feel
It start.
alone. Do you ever feel like nobody's listening to you? I don't remember everything that we said, but it was so stupid. It was like this depressing thing. So when I reached for my Visine,
Yeah, it didn't make any sense, which commercials usually never make any sense. So that was our point, right? Because it was soft, the music, it was inviting, and it sounded like we were depressed, missing somebody, and they're all, you ever have those times when you just feel alone? That's why I reached for my Visine. And that's what we did. It was cool. And then we showed all the symptoms afterwards. Those were fun, dude. We did quite a few of those. We did a
yeah,
Flickbex making fun of. Oh, it was
Bowflex.
yeah. We were making fun of Bowflex. That was pretty funny too,
What
man.
did we call it? Flowbex.
Flowbex. Yes,
Flowbex.
it was
The- you know,
doing. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It was making fun of essentially Bowflex and Jared from Subway, and it wasn't like
Oh
making
yeah,
fun of them, but it was like a spoof kind of. And
yeah.
but yeah, it was pretty hilarious, dude.
I'm 36, but I look 21. Thanks to Bowflex.
Yeah, and you're all eating chips, and you're eating chips towards the end, and I walk in the background, and I'm all, "Who are you talking to?" I'm talking to Jared. Who?
No, you say we're gonna go meet Jared. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Oh, that's what I said. Okay. You're all, I'm talking
Yeah,
to, and I'm all, let's go, man. We got to go meet Jared. That was pretty
yeah,
cool. That was
it
a
was.
funny one too, man. And what I remember another one, you and I used to work at Wild Oats together, and you were the assistant manager. Do
No,
you
no,
remember this?
let's not mention this one.
Um, but I don't remember much else about it. What else do I remember about the
And going
episodes?
back to that same night we were making those stupid spoofs, one of the funnier ones was where you were making fun of those beds that are adjustable.
The
And
Craftmatic bed, the
the
craft.
Craftmatic.
We called it the
This
Craftomatic or something, I think.
this is where I wish we had better cameras because it's so dark and you can't really see that you're like pretending to adjust the bed, but it's so freaking
And
hilarious.
yet having pretending to have back problems, you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you get on the bed, but it wasn't really like an adjustable bed, it was a pillow, and we were making the movements like it was actually like doing the thing.
Literally
And
going like this to the pillow.
yeah, and it was like it was working, right? It
It's
was like
funny.
fantastic. And there we also did another one where I recorded the audio of a commercial. Um, and what was that one about? It was like, I remember you were holding up a paper. You're like, I like to read the newspaper. And I can't remember what it was about. Do you remember? Shit,
I do. I know what
what
you're
was that
talking
one
about.
about? I can't think right now.
I don't know. Maybe it was the same thing. I think it was the same commercial.
Maybe it was, but it
How
was
they fall asleep. I like to read the newspaper. It
maybe
was.
yeah, because you looked uncomfortable on the floor, and we're basically saying like that bed,
And
pillow,
then I start
adjustable
kicking it.
pillow that we move by ourselves was going to be good for you. So that
Yeah,
made sense. You
it
know, it
was.
was actually pretty funny too. Another short one we did. It was like probably like 15 seconds long, 20, maybe a minute. But I was in the back, and there was all this grass. It was like weeds, I guess. And I'm like, damn, I had like this spray, and I'm like, I can't get rid of these weeds. Oh no, I didn't have a spray. I'm sorry. Let me start that over. So there was all this weeds in the back. I'm looking at it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I can't. How do I get rid of these weeds? And then
And
all of
then
a sudden,
I throw the bottle of weed killer to you.
yeah, you throw the bottle of weed killer. I'm like, oh, weed killer. I pick it up, start spraying. 2 seconds later, blank space. It's all dirt. And I'm just all, whoa, no more weeds. It was funny, dude. That was a cool one. I
That
think it
one
was
was funny.
pretty like creative and stuff. And I remember you did the one where you were trying to be Steve Irwin. Do you remember that one? And you were trying
Yeah,
to
that was just a
hunt
few
a
years ago.
stuffed animal. No, you were trying to hunt a stuffed animal in your backyard.
Oh, that's not the right one then.
And you were talking like in your Australian accent, which you should do right now. It was pretty
Oh,
cool,
you're just
man.
making up stories now. Okay.
No, you were doing this in your backyard, and we were like making.
Hunting a stuffed animal?
You don't remember? Well, I didn't like show the stuff then. Well, I was shaking the camera, making it seem like exciting because you were pretending to hunt a stuffed animal. I'm gonna have
Oh,
to show you
okay. I
this,
do
dude.
remember. I do
And you were
remember.
talking like that, and you were pretending to shoot it and stuff.
And it was fall. It was covered in leaves, right?
Yes, there you go.
Okay.